out to Tussauds. We already went there last year. There's Bruce Willis. Slimer.
Can I get a tissue?
Starting with the film gallery, we have free wax figures of classic Universal monsters, Dracula, Frankenstein, and Imhotep from the original version of The Mummy. They were originally unveiled at a ceremony held at the Universal Studios backlot on October 10, 2001, near the European Village set where several monster movies were filmed. There to unveil the figures were relatives of Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff, along with Dom DeLuise himself. This display is no longer part of the New York Museum, as much of the movie layout was converted to a section involving Broadway musicals, and the Universal monster figures were moved to Madame Tussauds Hollywood. Though according to Dean Park Worldwide, the switchboard that decorated the sides of the wall of the New York location were originally the operator panels from the Ripsaw ride at Alton Towers. wax figure, Prince Harry, was initially dressed in a military uniform and was displayed alongside Queen Elizabeth II and the royal couple William and Kate. In 2018, a wax figure of Meghan Markle was added to complement their marriage, and following their announcement to separate from the royal family, Harry and Meghan were relocated to the A-list room in 2020. The 5th floor Madame Tussauds was once home to an area known as Spirit of New York, which opened on April 5, 2011, and was full of wax figures and photo ops that represent landmarks and figures that are significantly important to the city's history. In June 2016, the entire area was replaced to make room for a Haunted Maze walkthrough attraction based off the highly controversial Ghostbusters reboot that was personally toured by the franchise's creator, Ivan Reitman. Much of the figures that once resided in Spirit of New York are still in the museum and have been dispersed around several areas. The slined-up subway station that kicks off the experience is the same layout as the one for the entrance to Spirit of New York. As for the random police officer figure that lurked the subway entrance, his identity is Tony Sirigaisa, Super Bowl 35 champion for the Baltimore Ravens, Fox NFL analyst, and host of Do-It-Yourself Network's Man Caves, who first unveiled his wax likeness back on February 3, 2011. The 4th floor of Madame Tussauds was once a long hallway of wax figures that represented the evolution of pop culture from the Roaring '20s to the 21st century. It has been a feature since the museum's opening year, though it started to shrink in 2016 with the addition of a Wax Hands factory, a Ghostbusters VR game that was later converted to a zombie shooter game, a replica of the Ecto 2 bike from Ghostbusters 2016, and was phased out entirely in 2017 by an area made to promote Kong Skull Island. Designed by Zenkata Studios and featuring a wax figure Tom Hiddleston as Captain James Conrad, the defining exhibit of this attraction is a 30-foot-tall animatronic of King Kong's head that took 33 people and 72 days to build, weighing over 1.5 tons and requiring 1,000 bolts to hold it in place. Another version of the Skull Island exhibit was made for Madame Tussauds London, and formerly displayed in Times Square was a photo op of King Kong grabbing the Empire State Building. That installation can now be found in the lobby of the Hollywood Museum. Many of the figures that are once displayed in the Pop Culture Gallery can still be found in other parts of the New York Museum.
Сейчас пойдем.
Он еще танцует.
Ну не бойся, я с тобой стою.
The central area of the second floor was a behind-the-scenes look at wax figures with tutorial displays as demonstrated by Lady Gaga. The steps in order include gathering reference material, sculpting the clay heads and hands of plaster sections to cool them down, gathering acrylic dentures and eyeballs, picking the correct hair strands, fitting the body parts onto the armature, and voila! The figure is all finished. This is just one of 8 Lady Gaga wax figures that were revealed on December 19, 2010. And on December 15, 2018, the New York Tussauds unveiled a slightly newer version of Lady Gaga that had moving blinkable eyes. Also in the area was a wax figure of Marie Grisholtz, Madame Tussaud herself, who first started her living with small exhibitions in Paris during the French Revolution and made death masks of executed aristocrats. She later took her business to London, United Kingdom, where she opened a permanent museum on Baker Street in 1835. It was praised by many for its breathtaking depictions of royal figures and were frequented by celebrities like the Duke of Wellington and Charles Dickens. The original museum has been through quite a lot of changes over the past 200 years, and Marie would pass away in 1850, though her work inspired several other Madame Tussauds museums to spring up around other parts of the world, especially after the Tussauds Group was acquired by Merlin Entertainment in 2007. This behind-the-scenes area was transformed into a showroom based off Project Runaway in September 2017, and Marie's figure has since been moved to the room right where the interactive SpongeBob game used to be. Opened on November 15, 2000, Madame Tussauds New York is the second museum from the chain to open in the United States after the one at the Las Vegas Venetian Resort in 1999. The waxworks have changed its layout and order figures countless times over the years, as there were some I did not see during my time there, and the museum tends to move some of their figures around other parts of New York City for PR events. One room in the museum I missed was the Marvel Superheroes room, which features several characters in the Marvel Universe and a lobby that serves as the waiting area for a 4D theater that plays an Avengers short. Madame Tussauds is one of the highest rated tourist attractions in Times Square, as it contributed a significant factor to the revival of 42nd Street from being a hotbed of prostitution to a feeder alley. In fact, Madame Tussauds was once the site of the Sam H. Harris Feeder, built in 1914 by Asa Candler, founded the Coca-Cola Company as part of the nearby Candler building that once housed the McDonald's. The first production held there was On Trial by George M. Cohan and Mr. Harris, and it was here that John Barrymore set a record by playing Hamlet 101 nights in a row. Harris sold the theater to the Schubert Organization in 1926, who would later go bankrupt in 1933. The venue would strictly become a movie house up until 1996, when it was demolished, and today most of its remaining facade is obscured by the giant billboards advertising Madame Tussauds. Another theater on 42nd Street and Broadway that was heavily affected by the waxworks construction was AMC Empire 25, originally known as the Elton Theater for the popular female impersonator of the day when it first opened in 1912. It moved over 168 feet west to facilitate the construction of Madame Tussauds. One thing that's historic about the Eltons is that alongside the premiere of Within the Law, it hosted one of the very first gigs between legendary comic duo Lou Costello and Bud Abbott. While many wax museums may have a reputation of being a tourist trap or super eerie to walk through, Madame Tussauds is a delight for any visitor that dreams of meeting a celebrity and will hopefully continue that legacy for a long time. Until then, thanks for watching and Godspeed.